And welcome to our In the Know segment today. September is Suicide Prevention Month, and it's a time to remember those who died by suicide, also strengthen the conversation and the dialogue about it, and continue our efforts in providing the necessary resources, support, and help in making sure no more people take their own lives. So joining us today to talk about suicide prevention is Holly Bill, the Assistant Manager at Holt Center for Healthy Living. And thank you so much, Holly, for coming in for this important conversation.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. And I wanted to just note really quickly that I'm actually wearing purple today in honor of suicide awareness and also in memory of my grandfather and my uncle who both died by suicide. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I wanted to wear purple in memory of them and also for anyone else out there who has lost family to suicide. So millions of Americans are affected by suicide, and I actually looked at some CDC statistics, and more than 49,000 people in the U.S. died by suicide last year, and that's a really harrowing statistic. So when we talk about suicide prevention, what does that look like?
Suicide prevention is complicated, but we also, implement it all throughout the community and across the United States. Suicide prevention really starts at a very young age, which is surprising, with teaching very young children how to cope with things that might go wrong, how to handle those situations, our adults showing them that it's okay to face adversity and how we get through that in a healthy way, but then all the way to senior citizens and having conversations with people you're worried about and recommending resources for help.
Absolutely, and like you said, it starts when you're young.
Absolutely.
So the younger the better. Yes, absolutely. And how can the average person help with suicide prevention?
The average person, I think, can help with suicide prevention in opening up the door to conversation. If that makes you nervous to talk about mental health or talk about suicide or ask a question about, are you feeling, suicidal, or are you feeling like you're going to hurt somebody, invest in a training. We provide trainings at Holt Center for Healthy Living called QPR. It's Question, Persuade, Refer. And it's just a short 2-hour training to teach somebody how to navigate that conversation. There's also other trainings in the community, and they can reach out to us. We can direct them to where to go and what's most appropriate to them.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad that there's training out there and there's help and support. And I know you mentioned talking to a loved one about mental health and struggles and daily adversity. How should someone go about talking to a loved one who may be struggling?
Yeah, I think the scariest part for people in having that conversation is that they think they have to be an expert, but they really don't. I think the less you say and the more you just open that door to conversation, the more comfortable they're going to feel coming to you. So I think, having in your phone or your back pocket the suicide prevention lifeline number, the 988 number, so that you can say, hey, there is someone to talk to 24/7. Right. And again, not being that expert, just saying, it's okay, I hear you, tell me more, is a really great way to open that door to conversation.
Yeah, and I think that's so important because I think the piece that you mentioned about you don't have to be an expert, I think a lot of people think that they have to have all these, statistics and facts and, this medical information, but all you really have to be is just a listening ear and a loving, supportive friend or family member. So
exactly.
Yeah, that's great. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that you all do trainings to help people have these conversations.
We do.
That is wonderful. And where can someone go if they want to sign up for those trainings?
They can go to our website, holthealthy.org. That's HULT, healthy.org. They can give us a call. I see the number on the screen if they would like to. They can also call 211. It's a great resource for just getting any kind of information for our community resources.
That's great. That is wonderful. So there you go. There's the number there and the website. And are there any other resources available either locally or nationally, like you mentioned, the 988 hotline number? Any other resources?
Absolutely. I would say 211 is for any social service resources, so housing, food, medical. They can also save that number in their phone, like I told you earlier, 988 number. That number is 24/7. You don't have to be suicidal. You can just call. You can ask for coaching, in those conversations, and it's 24/7 and it's free. And then we also have local resources here. We have Trillium Place that has an access center too, and they can help you find connection to a mental health expert if you do need an expert.
Right. But again, you don't have to be an expert to just
have a
open up the dialogue. Right. Well, it's so great to hear what you all are doing to hopefully get us closer and closer to suicide prevention, and hopefully no more lives are taken no more lives lost to suicide.
That's our goal.
So, absolutely. Thank you so much, Holly, for coming in this afternoon.
Thanks
we
for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Of course. And if you or someone you know would like to join us here on In the Know, you can head to our website, 25newsnow.com. Go ahead and click on the Features tab and select In the Know and fill out the submission form. And we'll take a look at it, and we would love to invite you on to join us here on In the Know. For now, stick with us. We have more news and weather coming up.